Refreshed from a midday siesta, we head out once again in search of Sabalitos. There are 8 of us in our group, affectionately known to family and friends as the Tarpoonicators, and we've been chasing tarpon together now for over a quarter of a century. We've said goodbye to several of our members during that time, and today we will spread the ashes of yet another in a flats burial that has become a more common ritual for the Tarpoonicators as certain members of the group advance in age.
Let's go fishing.
And fishing we go. What better way to honor our fallen Tarpoonicators than to wage battle with the Silver King, or in this case, Silver Prince, armed with our new respect of the mangrove jungle and our acquired skill from the morning session. We cruise the shoreline, concentrating on just the mouths of the rivers. It proves a great strategy, as real estate developer Tim Borst aptly demonstrates. Our tequila purveyor Mike Dominic, one of the 2 original Tarpoonicators and an excellent angler, jumps a beautiful Sabalito in classic style. While custom home builder and longtime wild-on-the-fly exploratory angler Rich Jorgensen gets bossy with an acrobatic fish that pulls like a freight train. Fighting tarpon this size on 8 and 9-weight rods, stripping surface poppers and small streamers, is an absolute blast, and frequent hookups throughout the day keeps everyone on their game.
What?
In the midst of all the action, dark clouds suddenly blow in from the south, obscuring the sun and warning all who notice to take heed.
Yeah, baby.
Needless to say, with fishing this hot, we choose not to notice. At least I don't. I'm hooked up to a firecracker of a Sabalito, and it's all I can do to just hold on.
It doesn't get much better than this.
Perhaps I spoke a little early. But the storm eventually passes and the sun returns to light up an evening of fishing simply too sensational to describe. Our last morning dawns clear and calm, with nary a breath of wind. Perfect conditions to try a run offshore in search of the big tarpon rumored to have just arrived during the past few days. We follow the coastline for several miles, escorted by hundreds of impossibly colored flamingos. Marcos has gone ahead, looking for bait balls of migrating sardinia, and the big tarpons certain to be lurking underneath. We find him frantically casting to a school of breaking fish, and suddenly, with a few quick strips, he's hooked up.
No tan rápido, neutral. No se me puede aflojar. Look at that.
There are hundreds of fish all around, and Marcos boatman Pablo raises a white flag on his push pole, signaling to the other boats in our group that we found the tarpon. Then Marcos gets down to the back-breaking business of landing a wild Mexican sabalo. Carlos slaps his push pole on the water, an action that sometimes causes nearby tarpon to show themselves on the surface. But Marcos has center stage today, and we all watch this Mexican maestro go mano a mano with a fish of considerable size. Que sabalo grande! Marcos finally tames the big tarpon, and he and Pablo drag it on board just to feel its size.
Look at that! Woo! Woo! Nice, beautiful fish. Oh, it took me like an hour, I think, with a 10-weight rod and a 20 pounds class keeping.
Not that much is known about this migration, or tarpon movement in general. Juvenile tarpon can be found in northern Yucatan year-round, but the big fish, thought to move up the coast from Belize, don't appear until sometime around the middle of May, and then disappear mysteriously by the end of the summer.
Look at that hen. That's a hen.
After a few quick picks, Marcos releases his spectacular catch, and we all agree that Tarpon Cay, along the beautiful untamed coastline of northern Yucatan, has proven to be a remarkable destination in our ongoing search for wild fish in wild waters.
I hope no sharks around.
Wild on the fly.